What's going on, y'all? This video is supposed to be going up. This is a long overdue video. I'm just too locked in on trying to improve where I'm at in life and what I'm trying to achieve, and so this video will go up. It's gonna be part of a longer video, but I've just been so locked in and studying and taking notes and looking at charts. If y'all don't know, I'm an investor. I day trade, and so I do a lot of day trading as of right now, and I be focused a lot on just staying out of the way, and staying from distractions, and locked in on making money from the charts. Last month wasn't as good as a month that I wanted it to be. Let me go ahead and pause the video. I'm in the mood to talk, so let's talk. So, quick little recap from the last 2 months. It's February right now when you're seeing this video. In December, I took a trip to Atlanta. One of my last few trips that I took, because I planned on not taking too many trips going into 2026 until I consistently am profitable from trading and until I have achieved financial stability and financial independence. So being on my own, I still live with my mom. So that's a goal of mine. I want to live on my own. So hopefully you guys see that from my journey on YouTube and making my videos. You see me living on my own and getting my own spot and things of that nature. It will happen, of course. So you'll see that in the future. You'll see me just continue to grow and develop. But right now, I want to show y'all the real raw behind the scenes of my life and what I got going on. So this is the life of CB. Welcome. With that being said, like I said, starting out in December, we had a really, really good month for networking, really good month for my other business that I have, which is selling sneakers. If you guys don't know, I'm a reseller. That's what I started with. One of my first businesses, I started going into entrepreneurship, and I started that out of high school. And so for the last 5 years, I've been traveling and doing a lot of traveling. So I've been very blessed to meet the people I've met, network, meet a lot of people, and, just grow a business to, wasn't really a business that was like a 7-figure business. I've accumulated over 7 figures for sure. I have nothing to show for it though. And I learned a lot from that business, and I still have it because it's a cash flowing business. It's not a business that, has employees, a building, brick and mortar building and things of that nature. And the reason for that is because I lacked the focus for that because I didn't have the passion to build it out to be that, if that makes sense. So I had the passion to just kind of buy shoes and sell shoes. I didn't have the passion to go in deep depth of building out a company that hires employees and have these other people in place to do these things at first. Over time, that's what it built up to be. But then the economy changed and my perspective on the way I was living my life changed. And so that's what led me to day trading. And then from day trading, I wanted to invest and own other companies. And so I learned more about investing alongside day trading. So fast forward to now, that's where I'm at now. And so I still sell shoes, but I do it in a way where I wholesale. So I transition it from a business to consumer business to now a business to business company, to where I just wholesale to other resellers and sneaker boutiques who buy and sell shoes. So December was really good for that because it was holiday season. We had a lot of sneakers that I bought and sold. I went to DC and I also went to Atlanta. So we had a sneaker event in DC that did really well. I think I bought over 200 pairs of shoes, sold them all that weekend. That was the great thing. That was the big thing about me with sneakers. I was always able to go in and get it off that same weekend. I can go anywhere in any state. I've traveled to all 50 states almost, and I've bought and sold shoes in pretty much every state. So everywhere I go, I have a connection or a relationship to where I can buy and sell a shoe the same day. Never an issue to get that sold. I went to Atlanta for a sneaker event, or not a sneaker event, an investment event, which I'll show some clips in this video. You'll see me doing interviews with different people. I met up with Aristotle. That's a group I'm a part of for day trading. That's who helped me get into day trading and options. His group is called Honey Drip. Shout out to them. They made me a lot of money. I've lost a lot of money on my own, but they've made me a lot of money from being in that group. I can say that hands down, no lie. So that was a good event. You guys will see some clips here wherever I'm putting this video. That was the event, as you guys saw, and I hope And I had a really enjoyable experience with that. I was out there with my girlfriend, and we went to eat with one of her friends, and then it was really just a day trip. We flew back that same day because we flew in that morning, and we flew back that same day. The reason for that was because I had a release date that I had to do and attend to the next day, which was the Gamma Blue 11s. If you guys are sneakerheads and you know, the Gamma Blue 11s is a sneaker that the hood love. It's a hood shoe. So I had a lot of pre-orders I had to fulfill. I had a lot of first come, first served pairs that I had picked up, and I was pretty much hustling and bustling for that weekend. So it was a very active December. And then after those first 2 weeks of December, it was pretty slow going into holiday season. Just relaxed and spent time with family, friends, and loved ones. Had a good time and kind of rewind and reset. But I was still day trading. And as I was still day trading, I was not making money. It was bad. I was losing money left and right. And the reason I was losing money day trading left and right was because the market was so slow. And I hadn't properly learned how to approach the market in those kind of conditions. At least my strategy that I used normally to win wasn't winning in those situations, because I would have the tendency to hold for a period of time, and the moves wouldn't allow me to hold the way I wanted to. And so for that reason, I was getting stopped out of most of my positions. And so I had to learn how to better approach those kind of times of the year whenever there's the very low volume in the market and there's very low price action, and the price action is very weird. I had to learn how to better handle those. And so this year I feel that I've gotten a better hang of it, but we'll see whenever December comes. I've been day trading for 3 years. So over the 3 years, I've lost money, I've made money. Overall, I am still at the break-even point in day trading. I've made so much money from day trading, but I've also lost the amount of money that I made. And so that's the focus for this year, is becoming a profitable day trader. Investing is doing amazing. I have no complaints about investing. However, and that was another thing too, I was smart enough to take the profits from day trading that I made sometimes, and I would put the profits into my investing account. So I did that well. But I've also made mistakes on my day trading account as well, or my investing account as well, where I would buy swings and my swings would go left. And so, this year the focus is really honing my skills of being a day trader and making it a reality for me to be a consistently profitable day trader. And so the first month of January, we were off to an amazing start. We had a very amazing start literally on the very first day of the new year when the market opened, because the market was closed on Thursday due to it being New Year's, but Friday the market was open. We killed it in the market. From 2 trades, we took one in Palantir. I think one was in SPY. I have screenshots of it. I screen record every trade that I take just to kind of document my journey and look back on them over time. I'll probably post them throughout time as well and do like recaps and stuff, who knows. But I have all my trades from last year, the year before last, I believe up to the last. Since I started trading, I believe I have my screen recordings. I think the first 6 months I probably wasn't screen recording the trades, but ever since I started screen recording my trades, I'm pretty sure I have screen recordings of each of my trades. With that being said, so yeah, we were off to a very good start the first 2 weeks of January, and we had really, really, really good momentum and a really good start. Just 90% returns, like really good start. And then everything just flipped once we hit the 3rd week of January. We hit MLK Day. The market was closed on that Monday, so we had an extra day off. I'm not gonna say that's why. Shout out MLK for the holiday. Shout out to the black folks. Not gonna say that was why, but when we came back, the market just I don't know if it was me. It must have been me. It had to be me. It was an internal thing. My approach was just wrong. I was making all the wrong moves, just making mistakes upon mistakes, and those mistakes compounded, and those compounded mistakes turned into losses. And so those losses then ate up my profit and gains. We pretty much just didn't break anything. We were fighting back and forth, breaking even. And then the 4th week of January, we blew all our profits. And so it sucked. It definitely sucked, and it hurt. But it made me, going into February, really reset my mind and lock in and ask myself, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? Every month I try to ask myself those questions. What did I do right? And what did I do wrong? The reason for that is I want to have a self-evaluation check with myself and know what are things that I can do to improve the things that I'm doing and better execute going forward. So I asked myself the things that I did right and things I did wrong. And the main thing that I did right was I had the right conviction. I noticed that every trade that I took, and most traders can relate to, you'll have the right idea in a trade, but you'll just have the wrong timing. So I had the right idea, but I had the wrong timing. So I had to learn patience, because I would get into a trade too soon and stop out too soon, or stop out at my right ideal stop loss, but the trade didn't give me enough proof to be confident in the move. So I learned that I wasn't patient enough, which is something that I've always dealt with in regards to trading. I've always been able to take the risk, but I've never been patient enough to wait for the risk to have to elude and conclude to the point that I needed to. The second thing I learned was I wasn't focused. My first 2 weeks, I had the confidence and I was focused on quality over quantity. I started to take less quality trades in the second half of the month, and that was due to my confidence in my ability to execute on good trades. And so I learned that I have to continuously keep that up, keep that same energy and that same momentum and that same edge on the market to continue to find the quality trades. Another thing I learned is that I didn't have enough reasons behind my trades. So that same, circling back to the quality over quantity trades. The first few trades, they were very much quality over quantity because I had multiple reasons on why I was getting to these trades. The second half of the month of January, I didn't have a lot of reasons behind my trades. I just took them because of one reason, not enough reasons behind it. So I learned going into this month, I'm taking more trades only with multiple reasons behind my entries. And so we're off to a good start. The first day of February, we had a loss, but today was really good. We had some very amazing returns on the trades that we took. And so we're trying to keep up that momentum and just lock in on the charts and really pay attention to what's moving and what's flowing around in the market, and just keeping the edge on, hitting those levels. Now that's the recap going up to now. So yeah, it's a lot, but we ended the month baby green in January. And so it was green, but it wasn't anywhere substantially to what I was up. So now the focus going into February is the same motive, keeping the same motive in check, keeping the same ideology in play, where we're focused on getting substantial returns from the market and keeping our risk low. Those less quality trades, we had okay stop losses, but we still had better ways we could have managed our stop loss. And so managing our stop loss is another thing that I learned coming from January going into February, is keeping our risk in check. If the trade wants to move, it'll move. If it doesn't want to move, it's not going to move 9 times out of 10. So you just got to be mindful of that, and keep your trading risk management tight, especially if you're using whatever trend you use. You're going to honor that trend. If the trend breaks, then it breaks. You have to acknowledge that it broke and stop out. Look for re-entries. So I have the tendency sometimes to hold on to a trade even when it breaks the trend, and that's a habit that I had to break. Another thing I realized too is that every time I broke my rules, I lost. So my rules are very, very dialed in. And as long as I'm dialed in on my rules and honoring my rules and, keeping my rules in check, then I should be able to come out of the market green most cases. So those are just a few things that I learned in regards to my approach and what I did wrong in January. And those are the things that I'm going to change going into February. Alongside that, I didn't do any traveling. I still don't plan on doing any crazy traveling. However, the second week of February, I'm going to LA for All-Star Weekend because I sell shoes. And so there's some possible releases coming out there during All-Star Weekend. So hopefully we're able to get our hands on some heat, and I will show you guys that journey as well. So that'll be in the next video. This is going to be the video going up for the recap of the last 2 months, and then, giving you guys a heads up what's going on in the next video so you guys can see what's going on and just kind of show you a little bit of my life and my background and stuff. So as you guys see right here, I'm studying still. It's currently 10 o'clock, February 3rd. We had a really good day today in the market. We're trying to keep that momentum, keep that same drive up, and just focus on quality over quantity. I'm not taking more than 2 to 3 trades a day. I'm not trying to take 5 to 6 trades a day. That's not necessary. You really just need one good opportunity in the market. That's it. You can make money off of one good opportunity and be done for the day. I stopped trading at like 12 o'clock. And I've just been looking at charts, studying, trying to learn more about the companies I'm invested in, learn more about ways I can, better have a better edge in the market, and just any and every way that I'm able to improve my strategies, because I don't need multiple strategies. You don't need multiple strategies. You just need one good strategy and a consistent strategy that works, and just use it every single day. Back test it, use it in the market, apply it to every chart, and really, 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 really hone in on one strategy. That's it. So I'm focused on one strategy, finding multiple reasons alongside the strategy to help it be a stronger strategy. Like today, I used it very well. And so that's the focus going into this month. It might be a shaky month. I think that, we came into a very, very top side market. We have a lot of possible selling coming in from tech. Semiconductors are starting to show weakness. We've been running up from, new companies like, well, not new companies, but recently listed IPOs like SanDisk, and a lot of other memory companies like MU are running up. And so those have been helping the market run, but I think it's shifting towards a more broad market where we're going to see companies in energy sectors and companies in the industrial and consumable sectors start to be more valuable compared to tech. Tech might see more selling. Like recently, we've been seeing a lot of software. That's the video I'm about to watch right now with Jim Cramer. He's talking about the software companies being weak going into the end of January and the beginning of February. And so February is known to be more of a weaker month. And so we might have some weakness come in, given that we're at all-time highs, given that tech is weak. We might see some pulling back in the market. So I'm looking to see how I can better properly position myself and, just be ready for every angle for the market, whether it's going up or down, because I take both directions. It don't matter to me how to get it in the market. I can get it either way. It's just being right on the direction. So that's what I'm going to study. I want to make this quick recap and give you guys an update on everything. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you guys in the next one.